All right. So let's see what this first one. Would you rather?
Ooh. This one says, would you rather have a rewind or a pause button on your life?
Oh, that's a good one. A rewind. So that means go back
Yeah, like you could go back and redo, or a
and
pause, like, hold on, let
pause.
me
Let me
let me think
stop.
about what I want to do.
Mm,
Or at least this is how I'm interpreting.
mm.
My interpretation is like rewind, like, hold on, I did that wrong.
Let me
Let me
go
go back
back.
and correct it.
Okay.
And then pause is like, wait a minute, let me think this through and take some time
Mm,
to make sure I don't make a misstep.
mm. Dang, that's a really good one. I do
Listen.
like that, and I guess I'm thinking more of, I don't know, just the type of person I am. Like I always say, like, oh, I should have, could have, would have did this, but then it's like, but you are where you're supposed to be in this moment. So I think I would choose the pause. Um, and I would definitely, so for me, I'm thinking, does pause mean like I could pause and then like kind
Like
of
in a
figure out,
movie.
yeah,
Yeah.
like everything's frozen and I can kind of just figure out what
And you
my
check
next
things
step.
out, like, wait,
Yeah.
pause. Dominate this dude, this dude, and this dude. Let me see. How tall is
Yes.
he?
Listen,
Let me run
yes.
his credit. Let me do
Exactly.
my
So if
research.
pause is like that, then I'm like, yeah, let's pause. And then, because rewind, I mean, I don't know if there's anything in my life that I would necessarily would like to change through my healing journey. I feel like everything that happened to me happened for a reason and it made me the person that I am right now. So yeah, I would pick the pause. I'm going with pause.
Pause for Chanel.
Yeah, I'm going with pause.
Okay. At one point in my life, I actually would have chose rewind
Yeah. So would I, yeah, so would
because
I.
I have said this over and over again on the podcast, but I sort of always had regrets of not going to a HBCU,
I was just about
right?
to say that. I think that is still on our heart.
but I think that I didn't accept, right? And I don't think, I know I didn't
Yeah.
accept it because even while I was at Marquette, I still was trying to transfer.
Yeah. Yeah.
It wasn't till senior year that I was like, okay, I guess I go here. Let me join NSB. Like, let me be a student and like
Right.
join organizations,
Let me
right?
really get active real
Let me be
quick.
active. So I feel like there was certainly a point in time in my life where I definitely would have did rewind because I wanted to see like how something played out versus how my life played out the way it is now.
Yeah.
But now, being that I am doing this healing journey, I've accepted a lot of things, right? And I think that part of the healing, kind of like forgiveness, right, where it's like I accept what happened, I don't want anything to change, and I'm grateful for the lesson so I can move on.
Yeah.
Right. So I think now it's like, no, I just push pause because to rewind, that's a waste of time.
Facts. That's good.
Because whatever that means I'm gonna lose whatever I learned.
Yep.
I ain't trying to give up the knowledge or the wisdom.
Exactly.
Wisdom, me please.
Okay. Facts.
So
That's good.
no rewinds, no redos, no do overs.
None of that. Nope.
We can pause
We could
though,
pause.
because
Yes.
pause means I have time to dissect, to reflect. I have time to investigate.
Yep.
At least that's how I'm interpreting it. And then hopefully I'll choose right based off of the wisdom.
Ooh, yes. That's good. All right. Let's go into this break. Thank you all for listening to Brunch with Besties, and we will be right back. You know?
I don't remember if I said this or not. So our mission is to heal and
Oh,
help
yeah, I
others
don't know
as
if
we
we
heal
did
and
either.
help ourselves through purpose-driven conversations.
Yep, yep.
Today it's just two of us.
Yeah.
We're doing an icebreaker. It is called Best Self, and it has 6 different parts. We are choosing the Would You Rather deck. And we just did our first question, and we're going to go ahead and pick up with the second one.
Cool.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Ready or not?
Here I come. You
You can't
can't
hide.
hide.
Would you rather date someone you love or date someone who loves you?
This is this question is so funny because it makes me think about I don't my mom has told me a couple times and I've seen this in like meme form where they're like your spouse has to love you more than you love them type of thing and that's what that card it reminds me of that. So would I rather date someone who I love or date someone who loves me?
That's the question. Yep.
Hmm. Well, at this point in my life, what's love got to do with it?
Screw
I
love.
mean, the
What is
real question
love?
is, should I date somebody who's going to pay my bills or
So, what are you bringing
I
to the
mean,
table?
are you going to pay these bills, help me pay these student loans? Are you going to do that? No, I'm just kidding. I will say I definitely
There's a truth in every joke. There's a
oh
little bit
yeah,
of truth in every
it's a
joke.
lot of truth in that one. I'm dead ass actually. Are you coming to pay these bills? Because listen, it's hard out here. But no. So I'm leaning a little bit towards dating someone who loves me, and here's why. Because I feel like in my experience with dating and love in general, I feel like I've been overly um overly aggressive with sharing my heart and pouring my heart out and giving my heart to people who either didn't deserve it or they weren't ready or they needed to do some healing on their own part and it just wasn't good alignment. So when I think about dating somebody who loves me, that they're invested in me, they like me, they want to be with me for me. I don't know what that feels like because I'm not sure if I've ever had that before. So I think I would lean towards more of dating someone who loves me. Like I need you to be sure about me for a change.
Makes sense to
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Yeah. No. There was this. I wish I knew her name. So obviously, I didn't read the questions ahead of time. So I don't. I can't. I can't tell you what her name is. But there was this lady that did this live on YouTube,
Mm,
and it was called, I think it was called like Commitment Isn't Complicated or something like that.
mhm.
And she was talking about how women are, with all these men who won't commit. And she was like, I want you guys to think about when you were with someone who wanted you.
Mhm.
And she was like, now listen to the question. I'm not saying someone who you wanted, someone who
Mhm.
you liked.
Yep.
I'm talking about somebody who liked you. She was like, you may have been irritated by them.
Mm.
They were always calling you. They wanted to spend all their time with you. They were checking in on you. You probably, it may have been irritating, right? Probably if you didn't feel the same way. But she was like, don't date anybody unless they are acting like that. Right? Because she's like, because that's somebody who wants you,
Yep.
right? Like that's somebody who wants to be with you. They're showing
They're
you,
showing
but
it.
you
Yeah.
keep choosing people
Mm.
who don't act like that because you want them.
Listen, I feel attacked all the time.
Listen. And so when she said that, when she
Mm.
was like, think back or whatever, a couple people came to mind and I was like, dang,
Yeah.
that's true. And then it was like, and what was wrong with me? Right? That I wasn't able to receive that.
Yep.
Right?
Or accept it. Like,
Why
why aren't
wasn't
you
I able to
accepting that?
accept it? Right? Exactly. The healing.
Get the healing,
The
girl.
healing. The work needed to be done.
It had to be
The
done.
work needed to be done.
Listen, because I didn't even see the worth in myself to be like, oh, you like me.
Well, you didn't even receive it. And when I say you, I mean me, right? You didn't even see it as, wow, this person really likes me. This
Yes.
person is really into me.
So crazy.
You wrote it off as, oh my. Okay, I actually said this when I was like, I mean, is he crazy? Is he a stalker? No, he just, this is what someone who likes you acts like. You
Right.
know?
This is actually normal.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely
So
like I'll find something where I'm like, no, I don't like that about him.
exactly
Cause
right.
now I
Just
gotta move you
nitpicking,
away.
finding
Yes.
stuff. So my answer would be someone who loves
Mm.
me because number one, I can't let people um pour into me, give to me, do all that and not reciprocate.
Mm.
Like I am a natural reciprocator,
Yeah.
right? Like that I have to. So
Mhm.
I feel like even if I don't necessarily have the same level of attraction in the beginning, it's only a matter of time.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Especially if I can have that realization of wow, this person is really into me.
Yeah. And
Right.
accept it.
And
Yeah.
accept it
Mhm.
and allow myself to receive. So remember on the last episode when I was like, I realized that one of my trauma bonds is I can't let people help me.
Mhm. Mhm.
Like I actually consider it a threat.
Yep. Yep.
Right. But I feel like there's safety here, right? If I know that this person loves me. And I
Mhm.
think that the reason why that would be so important to me is because I've been in relationships, friendships, and otherwise where that has not been the case.
Yeah. Yep.
And I didn't see it.
Yep.
Right. So I think to have the realization, I would be like, yeah, like
Mm.
let me welcome that with open arms.
Yes, please. I'm ready. I'm ready for all of it. That was good. That was a good one question. I like that one.
Would you rather date someone you met online or go on a blind date?
I think it's
Have
a.
you ever been on a blind date?
I have been on a blind date actually. And it was a funny day. I was like, all right. So it was interesting to say the least. So my cousin is always playing matchmaker. And she was like, yeah, I know this guy. Like he's super cool. Like I went out with his friend and we all hung out. I think you would like the dude. So she set it up. Like we exchanged numbers. He was like, all right, let's go bowling to this bowling place, like near his house. So we did, and he was a talker, and I was like, "All right,
You was like, wrap it up.
yeah, like okay, can I get a word in? Like, where can I jump in here to be a part of this conversation?" So that was interesting. Yeah, and it's just, I mean, he's super cool. He knew a lot about music, which I dug that. But it was just like no. So I have been on a blind date. The online dating, I only tried that for a little bit too. Like I don't have much experience with blind dating. I was on POF very shortly. I ended up connecting with one of my frat brothers who I know, so that was funny. Me and him went out, but I was just like, tough love is not for me. You know what I'm saying?
You were
Listen, I was
traumatized.
like, I'm out. So that didn't work out. So I
Listen,
feel like
see you at Blue and White Picnic though.
okay. See you later, frat. So I don't have a lot of experience in either of blind dating or online dating, but what I think I'm more of like I need to see you in person. Like I want to hang out with people in person. Like I don't mind doing that. So I think if I would have to choose, I would rather do another blind date with somebody.
Hmm, interesting.
Yeah.
Versus online.
Versus the online dating, because I feel like, well, at least for me, so online, like I mean, I talk to guys all the time online, so I don't know what's more of that. Like we talk about all kinds of things, and people, slide in my DM, and we have conversations about different things, but it doesn't really go anywhere. Like I don't really get to feel that alignment, and that they're the cadence of their voice, or just all type of different things where you get that when you're actually on a blind date with somebody who, I don't know you, because I mean, isn't everybody a blind date essentially, because you
And I
don't
guess
know
that's why
them?
I'm confused by the question because I'm
Yeah,
like, okay, I guess if you think about it in the sense of like blind date meaning like there was no interaction until
yeah,
I met you on the date.
yeah,
I don't think I've ever done that.
yeah, yeah. Wait,
But
well, no, I
I
did.
certainly have met people or somebody was like, "Oh, it's this person, blah blah blah," and then like we talked, and then
Yeah,
we decided to go on a date.
yeah. But I think that would be tight though. Like, say we're at a bar or something, wherever we are. I don't know, church. We could be whatever, and we meet a
It's
guy.
not the same. Just say
I mean,
church,
they're not
bar.
the same at all. But
That's funny.
ideally, maybe at a bar. 'Cause we're out,
You know what? Scrap the church idea.
we're at a bar, we're at a party, and you like, But I guess, but then it's like you said, like you're gonna start talking to this person. But then they were like, okay, well, let's go here, or let's go here, and then it like kind of turns into like a date because there are all these different other activities. I think that would be fun though. Like you just
Oh,
start talking to
wait,
somebody, y'all hit it off, and then they're like, oh, I want to take you here. Like let's go here.
I guess to me, I think of blind dating more like either speed dating or
That's
like
good.
literally like you know the time and the location that you're meeting this person, but you have never had a
Yeah,
conversation with them.
yeah, period. So the first, it's kind of like married at first sight. Like this is the first
This is the first
interaction.
interaction because that's what speed dating is, right?
Yeah.
It's like I'm sitting down, I'm dating you for 2 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever the thing is, and then we're rotating because I don't know you,
And
right?
you've done speed dating. I've never done speed dating.
I have, but only online, so I don't think that that counts.
Yeah,
That's
because you don't
online
see
dating.
the person.
Well, no,
Yeah.
I saw the
Oh,
person.
it was like FaceTime
Yeah,
online. I mean, speed dating. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Hmm. Yes, this one is a tricky question because I don't. So I now that you say that, I don't know if I've done a blind date then because I think me and the dude like we talked beforehand, like, oh hey, how you doing, like whatever, like the basic like text conversation. And he was like, yeah, let's go here, and I was like, okay, cool. So I've never like just was like, oh, let's like what? Like you have to unless somebody set you up on a
but isn't
blind
that a
date.
blind date? Like you're being set up,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it would have to be set up because I'm like, there's no other way that you would know how to meet the person. Like somebody would have to be behind the scenes. And I haven't done that, but it sounds fun.
I will say, when I was in high school, one of my high school friends was like, "Oh, I really think you'll like my cousin.
Hmm.
Like, I'm gonna set y'all up." Now, she didn't necessarily set us up on a date. She connected us, and then we ended up going on a date
Okay.
or whatever. And he was a great guy. I
Listen.
will say that.
Listen. Turns out that this
Turns
was
out,
good.
right now, I was not far in my healing journey,
There we go.
right?
Dang.
So unable to receive.
Jesus.
But I mean, hey, I will say that I have to give her credit because
She was right.
she was right.
That was a
You
good
know,
matchup.
it was a good matchup. It would last for years to come, right? So,
Listen, it's all good. Things happen for a reason. So it's all
but
good.
I think that I would rather do blind date because I
Yeah.
think that you can see the connection
Mm-hmm.
quicker. I think you can see the attraction quicker. You can like assess their intellect. I think when people are online, they hide behind the screen, they catfish,
Yeah, you could be
they
and say whatever.
lie,
Yeah.
right? They embellish all of
All
that.
of it.
And I think when you're in person, all you got is you.
Yep.
You
In this
know,
moment.
and even if you are lying, because you can still do that in person, but I can feel it more. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like I can kind of like my internal sensor will be like red flag,
Mm-hmm.
red
Mm-hmm.
flag, red flag.
Yeah. I think we're all just kind of over, like, at least for me, I guess I can't say we're all. Chanel's over, like, all of the online stuff. You know, the pandemic was a lot. And I feel like it was a lot of, like, online interactions and meetings and calls and all of these things taking place online. Where now that we're able to be more interpersonal, like, it feels good to, like, really interact with people.
That's what was so great about the daggone
Yeah.
Black Arts Festival.
Yeah. Because this is in
You could hug
person.
people,
Yes.
touch them.
Even though now monkeypox is a thing,
Right. Don't touch them.
don't touch just yet. But still, but I get what you're saying. Like that, like seeing people, like, hey, how you doing? Like seeing a smile on their face and like being in a room with people
Yes.
feels so good. And, you know, I was
Yes.
really over all of these like virtual events and you know meetings and virtual concerts. It's like no, like I really want to be around people.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I agree. It's makes a big difference.
it does.
Right? It definitely makes a
It
big
does.
difference.
Mm-hmm.
And then so I feel like when everything is online, you be like, did that happen? Did it not? I don't know, because you didn't really experience it. You just watched it. So it's like,
You don't know
I
what's
don't
going
know.
on.
Hell, was that a show or was it? Did it
Listen.
happen? I don't know.
And now, like, my brain is so like multitasking. Like today, I was supposed to be doing like my CPR first aid training online, of course, and I was doing everything like while the thing is playing. So then, when I had to take the little quiz to get my certificate, I don't know what's happening in
You're like,
the first aid training.
push on the chest. I
Right?
don't know.
I'm like, how many compressions do you
Right.
need?
Look. Then you like Siri. How many compressions? Look.
It
I
is
don't know.
awful. So yes, it's this all this online stuff is definitely making us just be less focused. I feel like because you could do all the other things while you're on the
Yeah.
virtual thing.
Would you rather be gossiped about or never talked about at all?
Mm. This is I don't. For me, I'm really a person where I don't care what people think or what people say about me. So I think I would rather be never talked about at all. I think that's cool when people don't know me. And when people like see me and they're like, "Oh, like you're on that one show. You're with the besties," or they don't quite know who I am. I'm like, "This is cool." Like, good.
Right.
Cuz I don't need you to know who I am. Like that's okay. And the people that know who I am, they matter to me. So I think
Mm.
I would be just fine with people not talking about me at all. Because I just don't care. Like that doesn't make my world go round to be in the conversation of people. I mean, I guess when you're thinking about like career wise, maybe that's like a little like detrimental because you want your name spoken in rooms that you don't know about that you're not aware of. But if not, then I mean that's okay too. So I think I would go with don't bring my name up at all. Like I like when
Dude
people know.
said, keep my
Okay,
name out
out
your
your
MF and mouth.
yes. Word to Will
Oh,
Smith.
we.
Keep my
Name.
name out your
Listen.
mother effing mouth. Yes. Because I don't really care. Like that's cool with me. And I do get a kick out of when people like, oh, that's you. Like I didn't know. Like, okay, you don't know who I am. That's what's up. So yeah.
That's funny.
I like that. So yeah. Which one you going with?
So I actually used to really have a problem about people gossiping.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
not only about me, but just in
Just
general.
period.
Like
Yeah,
it
you
like
were.
literally
Yeah, you
grinds my
hated that.
gears. And when I say I used to, I'm talking like, like up till probably 6 months ago.
Yeah. You're like,
Like
why?
it
Why would you
still
do
kind of
that?
bothers me. Like I'd
Yeah.
be like either talk about them in a positive way or STFU,
Yeah.
right? Like literally. Actually, I posted something in our group today. Someone made a post and they were like, if you see my child, don't tell them, to stay out the sun because their skin getting too dark. Don't, if my child has locks, don't tell them that they need to be retightened.
Mm.
If my child gain weight, don't tell them, ooh, what you eating? Like, just shut up,
Mm.
basically, and mind your business because you're teaching my child something
Yeah.
about their
That
their
projection.
well-being. You're
Yeah.
projecting onto them, and I just want my child to love themselves however they are, right?
Mm.
Period. So you mind your business,
Mm.
right? And it's I'm always team mind your business, right?
Always.
But one thing I had to realize is that that's me
Yeah.
and everybody else don't do that. And so what I've decided now is you get to do and be however you want to be. I will just remove myself,
There you go.
right? So if you posting stuff talking about other people, and I'll just unfriend,
Hey.
unfollow, and move on.
And that's it.
Right? Problem solved.
And that's my business.
And that's my
And that's
business,
okay.
right? And then I
That's good.
also realized that I certainly want to do something worth gossiping about,
Yeah.
right? Like I want to, because people are always watching,
Yeah.
right? I prefer if you not gossip, but you just say like either help her, right? Hey,
Yeah.
the girl needs some help, help her,
Yeah.
right? Or wow, look what she did.
Yeah.
How can we support?
Yeah.
Right. So I'd rather be more like that. But since every up has its down, every sunshine has rain, right? You can't have both.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. In order to have one, you kind of have to have the
It
other.
comes with
Then
it.
go
Yeah.
ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Because as long as I choose to remove myself, you can say whatever
Yeah.
you feel, however you feel, because it still don't change. And one thing that I had to realize too is if I'm thinking about me and
Yeah.
you thinking about me,
Listen.
who thinking about you?
Who's thinking about you?
Which is why you should mind
Listen, your
your
business.
business.
It's always gonna
But
come
if
back to
everybody
that.
thinking about me, well then, honey, I'm set up for success.
Listen, Jesus, all eyes on me.
All
I
eyes on
take it.
me. I ain't gonna
Listen.
miss a beat. But if nobody's thinking about you while you're thinking about me, you could have
Ooh,
been thinking about you.
that's a bar and a word. Listen, because it's very true.
So that's my long way of saying, because I want to be noteworthy, and
Mm-hmm.
because I think that they likely go hand in hand, right? I'll take it,
Yeah.
right? But I'll just choose not to respond.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'll just unfriend, unfollow.
Yeah. I'm removing myself.
That is it, and that is all.
Okay. Listen.
Would you rather? Would you rather die before your partner or after?
Oh, that's
I'm like, was he a
sad.
good partner?
Right.
Because here's the thing, honey. A lot of people are married, but they are not happy.
Listen, at
So
all.
listen.
Listen, are we going back to the would you rather date someone who loves you?
Right, does he love me?
Okay.
That's the real question.
Listen, because if that man loves me, child, that'll be tough. Um, dang, that this one is hard because again, I don't have in a relationship where I felt like I've ever thought about a question like this or thought about something like this. Um, but since I got a kid, I'm leaning more towards my spouse. Gotta
Do say he gotta go.
listen, and not me, because I gotta be here for my kid. But that would be so sad, and I feel like shout out to the people who are in really great marriages and they have that longevity marriage, and one of the spouses die. It's typically not long before the other one goes too from
And when they
heartbreak.
do, like either it's immediate
Yeah,
or if it's within that year, it's like either on that spouse's
yeah,
birthday,
yep,
death
or yep,
day. It's crazy.
yeah.
That's exactly what my grandfather
Yep,
did.
it's that's typically how it falls. So, whether you pick one or the other, but if this is truly like a
Heartbreak
destined
is for
like
real,
love,
man.
we both gonna be out eventually. Wow, that's a really deep question, and I would like to think more about that one, especially when I'm in a situation where I'm like, okay, this is what love should feel like, and this is it for me. Because I'm sure once that happens for me, my decision might change where I'll be like, no, like,
You said Gerald be fine.
listen, he's an adult. I was kidding.
Oh my god.
um but yeah, for right now it's really hard for me to see that, knowing that I have a kid, and yeah, my spouse would have to go because my son is, yeah, I yeah, it's hard to think about that. And I know we shout out to the guest that we had on here where we were talking about like death and being a death planner and things like that. Like, we shouldn't be afraid to talk about death and things like that, because we're all gonna die. It's gonna happen. But yeah, I'm still working towards that, like wrapping my mind around that, like death is inevitable, and
Oh no, is it? Is that a thing?
it is,
Oh
unfortunately.
no.
And what do you do? Like, making sure the people that, my future spouse and my kid and everybody's gonna be good, my family and stuff like that. Um, but right now, my answer would be the spouse got to go.
Mm,
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah,
I think it's a complicated question because it's like, what's the state of our marriage,
yeah,
right?
yeah. That's a huge part of it.
Because if I'm not in a happy marriage, then hey God, do your thing, boy.
And
You the potter,
listen,
I'm just the clay.
hey, it's your world,
It's your
God.
world. I'm just in it. Okay. So hey, if you
Oh
say
my
that he
God.
gotta go,
Hey,
who am I
who
to
am
come against
I?
your will?
I am not questioning you.
No, but maybe this is your way of freeing me. I don't know.
Hey.
That's the honestly though, that's the one thing that I do not want to do is feel like I'm in a
Yeah.
horrible
Oh,
marriage.
yeah,
That's
same.
one thing I don't want to do
God don't.
because I'm already dead. If I'm in a
Exactly.
horrible marriage, I am already dead.
Yep. Yep.
Okay,
You're just
I'm
existing.
just existing.
Man.
So you might as well let me go.
Listen, just take me on
Just
out
take me out
now.
because I ain't living no way.
Mm.
But let's just assume that I am in a wonderful, amazing marriage.
Yes. The love is real.
I don't want to inflict that pain on someone, right?
Yeah.
Like I have a hard time feeling like I'm causing pain, even if it's not intentional, right?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I'm not trying to die,
Right.
right? But it's like I don't want to inflict that pain on someone, but then I also don't want to carry it. So
Mm.
that's the struggle. So I think I would choose whichever one of us should go would be the one that has done their purpose, has done their
Mm.
assignment, doesn't have
That's
much
good.
more to contribute, right? Like if we have kids, the one that can serve the kids the most.
Mm. That's good.
If we have grandkids, the one that can serve the grandkids the most.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one that should stay, and then whoever else gotta go.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
But if I do go first, my husband better die within that year. Otherwise, was
Okay.
it love?
Listen, did you even love
you even
me,
love
bro?
me?
Because how you still kicking?
Boy, I'm coming. When I tell you that I'm gonna frighten the hell out of you,
Listen, I'm coming every night.
I'm gonna be Casper,
uh,
the unfriendly
the
ghost.
unfriendly
Okay?
ghost, because I need to see why you
Listen,
not so
you
sad.
gonna be Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice,
I'm
Beetlejuice.
just
'Cause
saying, you're
I'm
supposed
about
to
to
be.
terrorize the hell out of you and our kids.
Listen,
You don't see your daddy over here not missing me.
listen, heartbroken me, please, because that's to
Listen,
unbreak my
okay?
heart. Because now I
I
gotta
mean,
get
you only
you.
cried for 1 week.
I'm just
Are you
saying,
even depressed?
right?
I saw you eating.
No, this
That
wasn't
don't
really
feel like
love.
depression to me.
Nah,
So,
this wasn't really love. You didn't really love
what I
me.
mean, hey,
I'm with it, cause nah, it ain't making sense. Why you
right.
ain't so sad?
Exactly. Mourning period. Okay.
Okay, listen.
And if you don't die within the year, I'm
We
questioning.
got questions.
I got
Listen, that
questions.
need answers immediately. Cause no, you know.
Would you rather be the star player on a losing football team or ride the bench on a winning one?
Uh, this is funny, and I'm trying to think like what
What would
Jr.
Jay?
would
That's
say.
what I was gonna say. Call him in.
Listen,
Tag
little
him
Jay, I
in.
should call him. Like, hey, which one would you
He gonna
do?
be like, "Are you serious? Are you really calling me right now?"
He will be like, why are you asking me this? Like, this is so stupid. But no, I kind of do want to know. But I'm thinking right now that I would like to be little Jay. You're on the podcast right now. Okay, we got a question for you. Okay, the question is, would you rather play for a losing team?
Wait, it's would you rather be the star player on a losing football team or ride the bench on a winning one? And you can substitute football for basketball.
I would be a star player on a losing team.
Come through, Jay.
And why? Why would you choose? Why would you choose to be the star player on a losing team?
Because why would I go play for a stacked team and not get as much recognition when I can go, play for like my team, build around myself, and make it a winning team.
Come
Okay,
through, son.
okay. So you said,
Brr, 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 brr.
you said,
We need to get the
okay,
button back.
listen, I
Okay.
got the potential to make this a winning
He
team because
said,
I believe
he
in
said,
myself.
I ain't never lost.
Okay.
Okay, the team gonna win if I'm on it.
Listen, he said, because I believe in me. Listen, I believe in you
I
and
was
me.
about to say ride the bench.
Listen,
honey.
I was definitely thinking like, I'm gonna ride the bench on this winning team. All right, Jay, thank you. Love you. Bye. But yeah, I'm that's so funny
That's
that
good
he said
perspective.
that, but that is good perspective because he like, well, I can make a change. Like I feel like
But why?
I can
It's
make it
so
work.
funny though because he the way that he said it, like the tone of his voice was like, "That's dumb.
Yeah, like
Why would
duh.
I just go ride the bench?" But you know, I think that he looks at it as like adding value. Why
Mhm.
would I just sit back and collect a check
Yep.
on a winning team and ride their wave when I can
Yes.
make my own wave?
Yes.
I know my skill set. That's what I hear him saying. Is
Yes.
I know my skill
Yep.
set. We might be losing today,
But
but baby,
listen, I believe in my talent. Like we
we
gonna work
ain't gonna
around
lose
me.
forever.
This God given talent that I got.
And I'm already the star.
Yeah.
All I gotta do is get my team together.
Yeah.
And once we start cooperating, because that's all winning is, right? Is
Yep.
cooperation,
Cooperation. Yep.
right?
We gonna make it
Then we
shape.
can make it happen.
That was
That was
interesting.
dope. Look at the 13-year
Little
old
Jay with some wisdom.
dropping wisdom.
Listen, little gems. But let's go to this next break. We are
no.
running through. So thank you for listening to Brunch with Bessie Show. We will be right back.
Welcome back.
Hey, hey,
It's us.
we're back.
Next question.
Wait, did you answer that one?
Oh, what was the question?
The football one.
Oh, I said that before JR came
Right.
and
Dropped his
dropped
gems.
his gems, I was gonna be trifling and ride the bench.
Listen, sir.
And when I tell you that I was gonna ride, probably like I was
Listen.
gonna be cute on the bench. Okay, I was gonna have on all the team paraphernalia.
I'm just saying.
I was gonna have me a high ponytail,
and I was gonna be sitting right
Okay.
next to you on the
Okay.
bench.
I was gonna have my heels on. Y'all know I ain't playing no daggone football.
Listen.
My uniform was gonna be cut cute. It was gonna be a
Listen.
body count.
Listen.
Okay, I was gonna be extra.
It was
cute.
gonna be clean.
My face was gonna be beat to the god.
I'm just saying.
I was gonna be giving face and body on this.
But
bench.
in all the pictures,
In
like,
all the pictures, okay.
yes.
And I was gonna wear the ring. The ring was gonna be in every
Listen, I'm
picture.
just saying.
I was gonna have all my family wear all the paraphernalia. It was my car was gonna be studded out with all the Perry. It was gonna be a whole thing
a thing.
because I was like, hey, I'm set.
And listen,
But now that JR came,
he did.
and
He set us straight.
set us straight, and said it with a tone that even implied that it was stupid to think that one should ever ride a bench.
Right.
Because CJR ain't no bench rider. See,
Yeah,
that's
he
the
was
problem.
out. He listen.
You caught an actual athlete,
I did.
but she's not a real athlete.
And his mama not either. That's why I was like, I wonder what he would say because his mama is saying the bench me,
Yes.
please.
So,
'cause-
Thank God we called him, because if
Right.
he just so happened to ever listen to this episode, it would be blast.
Yeah,
me.
he would be like, what?
So yeah, so I was going real strong on the ride the bench. But
Seriously.
after my perspective has been changed,
Yeah.
honey, I will never
Listen.
doubt my
sell-
own
listen,
talent, skills, and ability.
That part.
Okay?
That's
Because
the part.
while I'm not an athlete, I do
Listen,
have my own
you
strengths
have
that
talents.
I would leverage. I do have talents.
Absolutely.
And I would definitely cultivate a winning team.
there you
Now,
go.
I'm not saying that, well, actually, in this scenario, I am the star player.
See?
So you know what?
On the team.
Hey,
Listen.
I can always build on my own skill set. That just takes work ethic. And guess who got the work ethic?
Who got it? Listen.
She does.
Who got that purpose, that
Who
drive?
got it?
It's me.
So
Okay?
you know what? Shouts out to your son.
There we go, little JR. Proud of you, son. Your dad would be proud too.
Good thing I don't have a son, because he would have been like, ride the bench. He was like, I don't want to sweat, Like, can I watch? I could watch Netflix. Like, it's cool.
Listen, child.
Your son said I would never.
He said, "What bench?
Right.
It's not even in my vocabulary.
in the vocab, honey.
I don't even know what that word is."
Oh, I feel so shamed.
listen, right? He set us straight because I was like, "Oh God, thank God he said this."
Wow. Call him for the next one.
Okay, right. Okay, Jay, you're up.
Would you rather hear the good news or the bad news first?
I'm definitely
Shouts out to the Good News Network.
okay. Shout out to the Good News TGN rep all day. So funny. Either way, like I'm not. I don't. The bad news is not gonna affect me because it's like, okay, well, if this is bad news, like, what's the solution? Like, how are we gonna move forward? Like with whatever the bad news is. And I need to know because I get anxious about stuff. So I need to hear like the troubling news first because I'm just gonna be anxious and worry about it anyway. So I'd rather you just give it to me, give me the punch in the gut, so I could, either come up with solutions or kind of digest it, whatever I need to do. And then if there's some good news, then that's gonna make me be like, oh, okay, like it's gonna kind of, I'm gonna get punched in the gut, but then maybe I'll come back up like after that with the good news. So it doesn't matter. Give me the bad news or the good news first. But the bad news is, I mean, I need to hear it because I'm just gonna worry about it and be anxious.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. You good? I'm like, okay. You're okay.
Like you went silent for a couple seconds.
I'm like, you heard me struggling with the first aid today now. I don't know how
I can't save you.
Like, God.
I wasn't paying attention. I got the certification.
I'm just saying.
But I can't save you.
I was multitasking.
I'm not the star player. I rode the bench in that CPR class. Oh my God.
Oh God.
That's funny. Yeah. I was just having a little trouble.
Okay.
But I'm good now. I'm back.
Girl. I'm like, look, we had to call 911.
That is so funny. I'm gonna need the bad news first, and I'm gonna need the good news to actually be good news.
That's
sometimes
good.
people say good news, and then they be like, "Your mom died."
Yeah.
But the funeral's that's not
yeah, it's still
the
bad
good
news, bad news.
Yeah, exactly. Like I need like, oh, but the pastor's available this Sunday. I
Right. Like
don't
what?
care.
Right. This don't
This
help
not good
me.
news. So I think sometimes people try to package things as good news and it's
Mhm.
not. So it needs to indeed be good news. And when I say
Yeah.
good, I'm talking good for me. Don't tell me good news and it's good news for you. It needs to
Yeah.
be good news for me.
I love
I
the
think
clarifier.
sometimes that
Yeah.
there's some selfishness in the delivery and what we're calling good. It has to be good for me for it
Mhm.
to be good.
No,
If it's not, it ain't good. Keep it.
that's the realest ish I've
And
heard.
not only did you package something that's not good as good, but now you have pissed me off.
Right. Further. Like you already done gave me this bad news and now you
And
telling
then
me
you
some
just
shit that ain't even
insulted
for
me
me.
because
Right.
it's not even good. So
Right.
now I'm livid. But I need the bad news first because I think that it'll make me anxious for you to tell me that there's bad news and then delay giving the bad news. If there's bad news, then deliver the damn news.
Yeah, yeah.
Here's the other thing that pisses me off. When people tell you that there's bad news and you're like, what is it? And they want to tell you a long drawn out story to get to the point of the bad news.
Just
And
spit it out.
you're sitting there trying to decipher where the news is because they're sitting there going on and on and on. And you're like, hello,
Spit it out.
you got 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay, condense, be concise. Okay,
Mm.
say what it is and say it with your chest.
Listen and mean what you say. All that.
Because sometimes people will do that and it's not even bad news.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bad news, and then 5 minutes into the conversation, they get to it like, oh, and I won't be able to come to the podcast. Nigga, I don't care.
Listen, like you didn't worry me. It made me
Jesus.
anxious for
Okay,
this.
I have a co-host.
Listen, just say
We're
that.
good. Just
Right.
lead with I'm not coming. And then if I
Period.
say, oh no, what happened? Then you can tell me the
Right.
5 minute story. But if not, I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just period.
Maybe that's bad news for you.
Yeah, because it's not really for us.
Good.
Listen.
So I think it's all
Mm.
and that's why I think that when people say good news, bad news, they have to keep in mind who the audience is. It may
Mm.
not be good news and it may not be bad news.
Yeah, for me. But
For
that's
me.
for you.
For you.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so good. Yeah.
Right. So I think that that's my issue is like make sure that you've classified the information correctly as either good or bad
Mhm.
and get to the point.
And listen.
Say what it is.
No drawn out, because nah. Period.
Because if
Okay.
you ever want to see me literally come out of my element, be long-winded. Don't be concise. Don't know how to communicate.
Yeah.
Because first of all, I'm gonna keep pushing you. I'm gonna be like, what is the bad news? And why is this bad? Like,
Your
get
face
to the
gonna say
point
it all.
where we're talking about the bad news because I don't care. And then your mama this and like I don't that it doesn't matter.
Nope, just say it now.
Get to it.
Lord. Whew. Good.
Would you rather be proposed to in front of friends and family or in private?
This is funny. And I think we talked about this
I
as a
think-
friend group. Or we had this
or did
conversation.
we pull this question?
Did we? Because I feel like
I don't
we've had
know.
this conversation before.
I think at your event it was like an icebreaker question
Oh, okay.
and someone answered it.
Okay. Okay.
I think.
Oh wow. Okay.
Maybe.
I think where I am right now in my life and in my, love life or lack thereof, I think I would rather be proposed to in front of my friends and family. And I say that because I think my friends and family they know the history of my love life. They've been there every step of the way. And I think they're rooting for me just as much as I'm rooting for myself. So for them, I think I would like them to be a part of that experience because they've been there the entire time. So I wouldn't want to take that away from my friends and family. And again, I got a kid, so I want my kid to be involved in that moment because that decision.
Girl, he too busy being a star player, honey. He ain't got time. I'm just
He don't
care.
Because that decision will ultimately like impact his life and his well-being as well. So I definitely want him to be included some way in that decision, and that whoever that person is to propose to ask him his blessing and make sure that he's okay with that. And I feel like I deserve that. I deserve to be showered with love and celebrated and loved on by the people that see me like at my lowest and at heartbreak and crying like all of that. Like I think that'll be such a redemptive moment for us all to be like, yep, we knew this could happen for her, and now she believed that it could happen for herself, so let's celebrate this.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I agree. So when I read the question, the image that came to my mind was actually Bridget,
Oh, okay.
the picture where her hands are literally over her face
Yes.
and the ring is on her finger.
Yeah.
Beautiful ring, by the way.
Beautiful ring, Joe. You did
Good job,
wonderful.
Joe.
Yes.
Shouts out to the Whitakers.
Yes.
But that's like the image that came to my
Mhm.
mind, and the care and
Mhm.
planning that Joe took to put that together, to
Yes.
facilitate, to execute,
So thoughtful.
and to make it special, and to make sure that it is now a memory.
Yep.
Because it's caught on camera and picture,
Yes.
So I think, and then I think that you get like that picture is so vivid in my mind, because I remember when I saw it, I was in tears. 'Cause I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
What?
We was definitely like,
Like,
what?
oh my God.
Yes.
I remember Scarlett was here and we actually made a video.
Yep.
And sent
Yeah,
it
we
to her in
did.
the car, because we were like, oh my God.
We did. Because we were blown away.
Yes,
by
like this is
the
everything.
effort.
But
And this is even before we like really knew Joe too. Like we hadn't had him on the show. We didn't know
I don't
nothing
think we
about
even
him.
had
Yeah.
met him at that point. But I think that for me, number one, I like to create memories,
Yeah, you
right?
do.
And I like them to be, even if I don't post them, because I don't post everything. I usually just post trips,
Mhm.
and of course, Milwaukee Black
Right.
Arts
And listen, had to
Festival.
get that in there. That was
But
the time.
but like literally, like, okay, like for example, when my niece got surprised with her puppy, right? I
Aw.
was like, hold on, wait till I get there, because I want it on camera. Like I
Mhm.
want to show her this one day, right? And it's just those things in life that we sometimes take for granted,
Yes.
that we need to be reminded of. So that's why I capture so many pictures. And that's why, because, somebody asked me, well, what kind of phone you got? Because you always taking pictures and you ain't never out of storage. You damn Skippy. I paid top dollar for that phone
To get
for
all
that
the
reason. When I
storage.
was at the store, I told them, because they were like, oh, they were telling me about I said, look, I don't care. I want the camera. Okay.
Listen.
Give me the best camera with the best storage.
Listen.
All that other stuff, does it ring? It works. Cool. Does it have
Right.
internet? That's all I need. Other than that, I want the camera.
Listen, and you definitely, yeah, Sherry Renee is one of those people where I love it, because it definitely puts me in check to be like, you need to capture these memories, because I'm the type where I'm just like, oh, okay, I don't care, like we'll take
But
pictures
even
later.
if you don't, it's okay. I got pictures of your kids'
Listen,
birthday
and
party.
you do, and that's why I love you so much, because if I don't have something, you're like, okay, let me look, and you'll have it,
And I'll
like,
find it.
yes.
It's organized. I got it.
And I'm
Like
like,
Brittany do the same thing. She'd be like, you always taking pictures. You always in pictures. Always taking. And then after the event, she'd be like, can you send me the pictures?
exactly, praise God for
yes,
you.
Yes, I can.
Listen,
okay, I'll airdrop you.
What
okay.
you need, what day, what event.
Exactly. I got it all.
Yes.
Because to me, that like life is literally a collage of memories.
It is.
And I think that so many great things happen. And maybe it's just important to me because number one, right, I like quality time, right? Like
Yeah.
that's one of my love
Mhm.
languages, right? But I also, in the past I've been very depressed. And I
Yeah.
think that when you can remember how something made you feel and it's positive and
Yeah.
it's exciting, like we forget that stuff.
Yeah, we do.
We forget that stuff.
Yeah.
So for me, is you better be in front of my friends and family, otherwise I'll make you redo it. I'm gonna tell you no.
Listen,
Will you? Hell no.
nah, because this wasn't
Look,
right, man. You
it
don't.
wasn't
You
right.
must don't know
You
me.
don't know me.
Okay?
Because if it wasn't in front of them, you would at least hired a cameraman.
Exactly. Made it a photo shoot.
Made it a photo shoot or something.
Listen, make sure my nails,
You better
hair,
capture
face
this.
is beat. Like, come on.
Okay.
Yes.
Like to remember. And I mean, not just because I want to like, make it look grand, but like I literally, even if I never post it,
But you,
like
yeah,
I
want this
remember it.
memory.
Yes.
And I think that also makes me think about just you, spending time with your grandma for, her last moments of her life and being there. And, just the things that we want to remember and hold on to, like, as we're transitioning. And I think that's a big part of it, too. Like, you'll have all of these memories, not this, oh, I wish I would have done this, or,
Right.
I don't recall, or I don't remember.
I hate when people say, like, I don't remember what my grandmother smelled like.
Yeah.
Or like that bothers me.
Yep.
Like I taped my grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all ain't gonna never see it. I ain't gonna never post it.
But you have it for
But
you.
I have it for me.
Yep.
I have video of my niece. Sometimes it's just her audio. It's just like me and her having a phone conversation, her just being silly.
Yep.
Because I want her to remember like how smart you were at 5.
Yep.
Like that's the words you were using.
Yeah.
The stuff you were doing.
Yeah.
I want you to remember that. And to be quite frank, I am so much my auntie.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
My dad's oldest sister, Auntie Marilyn, shouts out to Auntie Marilyn.
Okay, Auntie
She
Marilyn.
has pictures of everybody doing everything.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
You definitely auntie with the
I am
pictures.
Auntie
'Cause-
Marilyn.
yes.
Pictures of you on the toilet. Okay.
Okay.
But
Listen.
I find myself doing that to my niece.
Oh yeah,
Just,
those are memories.
whatever. But I love it. I have pictures of that daggone puppy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I want her to remember that was your first puppy.
Yes.
You changed his
Aw.
name every 5 seconds, child. And I
Hey.
stole your puppy. Yes, TT did.
Listen.
Yes, I
It's
did.
really our
It's
puppy.
our puppy now.
Yeah.
I told Brittany we co-parenting. Okay,
Listen,
I don't care what nobody say.
listen.
Look, don't we both let a dog?
I'm just
Don't
saying.
take the dog
This
away
is
from
my
me.
nephew's son. I'm just
Okay?
saying.
It's a thing.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that, and
Mhm.
then I'm the type of person where, so like even at the event, right? I sent y'all all the footage
Mhm.
of for the morning show. I sent y'all the footage of everything, and I was like, I don't have any of us because I was strolling, right?
Mhm.
And then y'all was like, you sure ain't nobody got it? I was like, well, if I find it, whatever, whatever. But then Bridget ended up tagging me, so I was like, oh, upon further review,
Here it is.
there is
And
some
shout out to
footage.
Bridget for capturing that.
Yes.
And Ashley S. Stokes for also capturing some footage of you. So yes.
But I was like, oh, look at God. But like
Yes.
to me, it's like, oh, and then too, because my line sister did that,
Mhm.
I wanted to like literally highlight her work. Like this is,
Mm.
look at what you just did.
Yes.
And as I was taping, I didn't know what it was gonna be.
Yeah.
Right. But it was just like, this is her work. Like, this is what it is. Here we are.
And that's such a blessing for people because she probably was so busy doing, running the show
Oh
that
my
she didn't even
God.
have a moment
When
to
I
stop.
tell
and look.
you, she worked her butt off.
Yeah.
Like she was telling me that she would be there over 12 hours a
Wow.
day. Just
See.
in prep
Wow.
for a 1-day event.
Listen.
So I'm like, and all the planning, and I could see when I came, I was like, child, you tired.
Oh yeah. Oh
Okay.
yeah. I'm sure she was.
So the least I could do.
Listen, it's capture.
It's capture.
Listen, because I'm sure she loved that to see like her work like playing out, and this is what it looked like, and seeing people enjoying themselves.
One thing there will be is footage.
Yes.
When my sorority sister got married, I videotaped the whole wedding.
Yep.
It's not my wedding, but let me tell you something.
Because the videographer
we gonna
might
remember it,
but we gonna remember it, and it's a different angle. It's my perspective.
That's what
too.
I love because after I taped what I taped, and then I got put in that group, and I was seeing what everybody else had. Then just scrolling through social media, I love seeing so many different angles of the same thing.
Yep.
I love that.
Yep.
I literally feel like we're in a movie. Remember how Issa Rae did that, and then it was
Oh,
like, now this is from Molly's.
Yes,
Like,
that's one of my favorite episodes of Insecure.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Y'all have no idea.
Yeah.
That's what I love.
Yep. I love the episode. And I saw a meme like that too. Well, it was kind of like a reel, but it was like a meme, like one person's view is not the full picture.
It's just not, right? And that's why I love seeing it, because there was different things that I missed.
Yeah.
Then they had a drone, so I can't wait to see it.
Oh, I know that.
And
was
your
awesome.
girl is out here looking for a drone. So what I was gonna say too is, for me, it's like I know a lot of people. Like I kind of like, I don't always, but sometimes I'll forget like gifts. Like if you give me something, but honey, give me a memory.
Yeah, that's it. That's
sold.
it. Yeah.
But if you give me a drone, I will appreciate that.
Listen,
because I got about 7 of them in my cart.
That's what we
right
want.
now.
A drone.
Yeah, I want a drone.
Yeah.
Because the next time I travel, the drone is following me.
Yeah, you definitely got to capture that. That'll be epic.
Because then I'll look back like, oh, because I'm still gonna do my thing on my camera.
Yeah.
Right. But then I'm gonna be like, oh, I didn't even touch
I got
that.
this. Yes, because you have all the like tripods and handheld.
I do, and that
selfie
tripod helps
sticks.
me out, because when I was there, they actually blocked my view, and I said, "Oh, she has an extender, honey."
Don't
and
worry.
I still caught it. I had an aerial view, but I still caught
You
it.
got it. I love that. Whew, yes, the memories, and much appreciated, because like I said, we was on the phone talking randomly about JR Party. He was like, I got a picture. Like, let me throw this in the chat.
You darn Skippy. That's one thing I'm gonna have. Is some photos.
I love it. All right, we got one more. We got about 8 minutes.
Okay. You telling me to wrap it up?
Yeah, we gotta wrap it up. Jesus.
Would you rather never read another book or
Mm.
never watch another movie?
Oh, dang. That one is wow. And you know what, to be honest, I think I would go with the movie one. I'm such a big movie watcher. And I like all kinds of movies too. So I'm a little eclectic when it comes to movie watching. So like dramas. I'm really into like scary movies. It's really my thing, like horror. and scary movies.
Murders.
Murders, yes, murder mysteries, thrillers, suspense.
Documentaries.
Documentaries is also my thing. Like I love
Listen.
a good documentary. And some of them I could watch over and over again, like the one who killed Malcolm X. Woo, that's my documentary. I love it. So I think for me, the movies would like be really sad for me because I like that. Like I like documentaries, but I like the idea of escaping and going to this like alternate world, and visually seeing things that sometimes don't make sense. And I'm such a big movie watcher. Like I'll just spend days like just watching movies, not necessarily like TV shows, but if I can find like a good movie, especially if movies have like trilogies, like the Scream trilogies or the Child's Play trilogies, or Nightmare on Elm Street. Like if it's a lot of movies, I'll just sit and watch them all, and then I'll try to like piece together, like, oh, that was a breadcrumb in this one, and like trying to figure out like different like Easter eggs in the movies. So yeah, I'm going with the movie. Yeah.
Like, final answer.
Final
Yes.
answer. Yes. I think I'm gonna go with that. I'm such a movie watcher. I love
Yeah.
movies.
You are a movie watcher.
I
child.
am, man. I've seen pretty much everything. Like there's not a lot of movies I haven't seen before.
Hmm. I think it's a difficult question because I feel like I don't watch a lot of movies, but when I do, I love them. Right?
Yeah.
Like I am very big too on murder mysteries.
Mm-hmm.
Like look, if you murder mystery me, honey, I'm not coming up. I'm
Okay.
staying.
Listen.
I'm committed.
I'm
I must
here.
finish, and I gotta solve the daggone murder. It's a
Listen.
thing. But I will say this: I think I'm gonna lean towards books because that's my source of knowledge.
Yep.
Right. And I got my morning routine going. Right. I have my devotional. I try to read the Bible, the
Okay.
Bible. I read so many books because it allows me to gain the wisdom without the experience.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm after. Like I
Mm.
want to be knowledgeable. When I think movies, a lot of times it's like escapism. It's
Yep.
like it's a break from life.
Yeah. For
Which
reality.
is
Yeah.
necessary.
Yeah.
Right, which is necessary, but I'm a learner at heart.
Yep.
Right. So I think for me to feed the learner,
Yep.
and because I'm always big on like self-help, I feel like I would die if they were like, you can't read another book. I'd be like, oh,
Yeah.
what can I listen to an Audible?
Right. Small. Can I listen to a
Well,
book?
no, you can't listen to it. What can I
No.
listen to a podcast?
Right.
Like, I don't know. Like,
Something.
I need some source of learning.
Yep.
Right. To make me feel like like I'm I'm making progress.
Mhm.
Like that's how I get better.
Yep.
That's how
Mhm.
I get other people's perspectives. Right?
Yep.
As I read books, I see things differently because I can read so much material. I read stuff that I don't even agree with.
Yay.
You know what I mean? Because I'm like, well, I just wonder why they think that.
Yep. That's how you
know?
gain perspective.
That's how you gain
Yeah.
perspective. And that's what helps you not be so closed minded.
Yep.
That's what helps you to be able to yesterday say, I had this position, but today I got a whole different position.
Mhm. Yeah.
Right? I'm not stuck here because I have an open mind.
Yep.
Right?
That's
Not saying
facts.
that people that don't read books are closed minded, but I think that you allow yourself to be a little bit more open minded when you allow yourself to gain perspective.
Yeah.
So
Shout out to Read the Rainbow because they said it. Take a look. It's in
In
a
a
book. And
reading
reading Rainbow. Yes.
yes. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that one. Although I would be heartbroken if somebody took movies away.
I know, right? They so good.
Like I think I would make it, but,
Yeah. But whew.
but I would be heartbroken. But if they
Yeah.
took away books, I wouldn't make it.
Yeah.
I'd be
you-
like, I don't think. I don't think.
No, listen. You like,
I ain't gonna be able to do it.
Yeah.
Like, why Sherry on the ledge? They took away books. I don't know.
No. What is this life?
Yeah.
So yeah, that was good. That was a fun game.
What are we taking away? What goes in that to-go box today?
Wow, it's always good to have these like what if and to think about that, or would you rather, not what ifs, but the would you rather, because it just makes you think and flex, and it would be nice to do this like every so often because your perspective changes. Like you said, you read something, you engage with somebody and your perspective changes, then your would you rather might change as well. So I think this is dope to do this. I often do this activity with my students all the time too, just to, get to know them for one, and to, see their thought process and thinking. So this was super dope. I enjoyed it. That's what I'm taking away. The goodness of it.
Yes. What I'm taking away is the whole concept of just starting conversations, you learn a lot about people, right? When you do that, I think it would have been interesting for me to answer the question for you and for you to answer the question for me.
Okay, next time we gotta do
Maybe
that.
depending on what they are. I don't
Okay,
know.
right.
But I think that you know what I mean, because I think sometimes when you know people for a long time, you're so familiar with them that you almost disregard who they are now, right? But you're not who you were when we were 16.
Yeah, I said that at the start of the show. Yeah, sometimes I freeze y'all in that
Right.
moment of when we met.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
And so I think that it really allows you to see the growth and development in your friends and your spouse and your people, right? Because you're like, oh, I would have thought you would have said this. And it's
Yeah.
like, well, 2005, Sherry Renee would have said
Yeah.
that. Right. And I think, too, that is such a, and Brittany said this when she was on the podcast about like, you know, how like she doesn't think she's had friends who've seen her through her growth, right, and recognize it as such.
Yeah.
Because I think I made a comment about like, yeah, sometimes when people give me gifts, I'd be like, that's what I would have liked in 2005.
Exactly.
So like that kind of shows you like that person is still thinking that I'm that person.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that it's good that this kind of exposes who you are today.
In that moment. Yep. In this
Right.
moment right now.
In this moment right now.
That's good. All right.
Thanks for tuning in to Brunch with Besties show.
You almost forgot.
I was like, oops, don't do it. I don't want to get no hate mail from Keith.
Not at all.
Until next time,
Peace.
heal.
Heal. I forgot about that. Heal.